Hello and welcome to Beat 'em Up Wrestling. We are going to be talking about Payback.
Payback.
Can you believe it? Another WWE pay-per-view already? So we're just going to go through some of the card that has been released. As always, cards are subject to change, so we're just going to go with what we have right now. So really quick, we're starting to try to get back into WWE. We were a little bit out of it for a while.
We're trying. We're wiggling our way back. We're turtle walking our way back to the area. Pay-per-views. We've always done the pay-per-views.
Yeah.
We tried to do the weekly this week a little bit. It wasn't too much SmackDown ended with a big note. We can talk about that real quick. Like Roman Reigns is a Paul Heyman guy.
Yep.
That's a big thing. Cross, unfortunately, had to vacate his title. That sucked. And then it's set up on Monday for Keith Lee and Orton to be on the card we'll be talking about. So that's kind of like all I got.
Drew took 3 punt kicks, so he is injured and will not be on Payback. Retribution,
really?
Yeah, that's why he's not on the card. Well, it's injured, as in kayfabe injured, not in real. Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you were like it's
no
injured.
No, yeah. With the storyline, he got injured because he took 3 kicks to the head from Randy Orton. So that happened. Finn Balor is in the title picture for NXT, so that's kind of exciting.
Yeah, who was all of it? It was Adam Cole, Finn Balor, Johnny Gargano.
Yeah, and I forget about the 4th guy.
Oh, I'll look it up.
But it's just exciting to see. Hopefully, Finn Balor gets the title. This is something that the fans have been wanting. I think it'll be too soon to give it back to Adam Cole. He had it for so long. I don't know. I just don't want it to go back to him right now. And then on today, it's revealed that the hints of Roman Reigns actually being heel is actually true. And like Maria said earlier, he is a Heyman guy.
Yeah, interesting to see if he's like full. Is he full heel? Like, we don't really know. Or is he just like, I'm going to do my business and leave out?
His face looked like he kind of wasn't too sure about this decision. But
I mean, is anybody really to listen to that voice all that time?
Especially with some of the stuff that came out of Paul Heyman in the back. But
yeah, exactly. But
all right, so let's get into Payback. One of the matches that has been announced for Payback is Big E versus Sheamus. Everybody was super excited for a Big E singles run, and they're putting him with Sheamus. How do you feel about that?
I wanted the first part. Like, Big E, when we talked about, did we talk about it on here last time? That he's been around since the whole AJ Lee, Dolph Ziggler thing. Like, he's been around forever, and he hasn't gotten his dues. And the man's a smooth-ass wrestler. I really love Big E. He, besides Xavier being the big gamer, like, he was actually my favorite out of the bunch. I just thought he was, he's a clean muscle guy that's quick as hell, and is just very underrated. And they just don't know what to do with Sheamus. And they don't do a Big E. Like, they wanted to do a push, and I guess they're kind of vacating that at this point.
Yeah, I think I'm excited that Roman came back, but it gets me a little bit. It's kind of like a sour sweet thing because I really wanted Big E to get that push, but now it seems that Roman is back, and it looks like Big E is back down on the totem pole for any actual title run. So that's how I feel about that.
Sheamus has had pretty big titles, hasn't he? More than Big E.
Yeah, Sheamus was the Irish Cena for a while.
I was to say the powder Cena. That's all I think about is that movie when I see Sheamus. Love Sheamus, but not right now.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Big Rig Joe, what's up? Time Sheamus should help put him over. You would think. I agree with that, but we know how this is going to end out. We know how this is going to play. And then once everybody comes back, Big E's going to kind of just dissolve back into what it was before.
Or I just don't see Big E being put in the title picture right now. Now that it's being crowded by Roman, The Fiend, and Braun Strowman.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe Yeah, he has held all the titles. But
With Sheamus? Yeah,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
But maybe an Intercontinental? But
I don't know.
it just
I
feels
really
like he's bigger than that. He's won the Intercontinental before, so
I
I,
would have liked what you said about like how we could have gone all back and they could have kind of split up New Day for like a minute when Kofi was
yeah.
champ. I mean, there would have been really good storytelling of like, don't you think I deserve a chance? And like, it could have gone both ways. I mean, people I don't think would have been too mad if it would have been. I
No.
mean, you can't be more mad than him losing it in like a few seconds against what is it, Brock Lesnar? I
Yeah.
mean, it couldn't have been any worse than that.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar just squashed him.
Yeah, I love Big E, so no one's gonna come at me about Big E. You can't touch that. So.
Speaking of the Intercontinental, we are going to have Jeff Hardy, who is the current champion, against AJ Styles. But this card was before the twist of today. Sami Zayn is back, and he's claiming he's claiming to be the Intercontinental champion. So now we have, similar to what we had with the U.S. title, we have 2 Intercontinental champions now. So I wonder if this is going to become a triple threat.
I hope it does, and I don't know. For all it's worth, like I have said on our AEW show yesterday, I was a big Jeff Hardy fan. I wasn't really behind Matt at a point when they were huge. I'm at this point in my life, I'll take AJ, but I'll definitely take, I'm actually going to go with you, Mr. AJ Styles. Or I would, you know what, though, just give it back to Sami. If he's going to stay around, I don't know exactly what he's going to do. I don't know what he's going to do, but I was interested that Sami came out. I did not expect that. He's been tweeting nothing wrestling related for a while. He kind of was here and there a little bit with it, but that like that design in the back with his mouth covered, that t-shirt design, it should be a design for a t-shirt.
I would get that t-shirt. I really liked it.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't want it to be Jeff Hardy versus AJ Styles. Kinda. I don't know. Like, I think like CM Punk really wanted to be against the Machine. If you're referring to Sami just doesn't. He's not the Machine. He never was. He had this really cocky attitude. But he's a damn good wrestler. But once again, like I was talking with Duke, shout out to you on Twitter. When was the last time you saw a good match between him and anybody? Oh wait, it was Shinsuke and Sami.
I mean,
a long time, and that was in NXT.
Sami, Shinsuke, just a couple of the single stars that were huge in NXT, and as soon as they came to Raw or SmackDown, they kind of like just they didn't know what to do with them. Speaking of Shinsuke and Sami, it also feels like the artists are breaking up. They kicked them out of the their little room there, and it's kind of sad.
He said it nicely, though. He said, "Please."
Yeah, but but I don't get it because Cesaro seemed like he was mad that Shinsuke also
hightailed it out of there and tried to get a title shot.
Try to get the title shot, and then they just decide to kick out the guy that put them together, which is kind of sad.
But he said it 4 months.
Yeah, I mean,
I love Shinsuke, and when he says anything, he had the saddest look, but he had so much shade in his look at Sami. He was just like, "Why are you here? We did all this without you. We don't need you now."
This is one of those weird things where WWE is trying really hard not to actually talk about the real problem of why Sami wasn't here. He was in Canada. He was trying to take some precautions to keep his family safe, and then the borders got closed. So. But I guess they're just going to play it off like it was his choice. So we'll see. But this is interesting. We didn't say, who do you think wins between Big E and Sheamus?
I don't know. I'm just going to say Sheamus because of nothing.
Really?
Because I don't think they're going to give it to Big E. No, I don't want to be disappointed. See, I'll say Sheamus so that I'm thoroughly happy on Sunday if Big E wins. Yeah, but again, what is he winning? Just a notch on the belt? What belt?
I think Big E wins this. I think it's setting up for Big E versus Miz, which is
also what does that mean?
Yeah. So who do you think wins between Jeff Hardy, AJ Styles, and potentially Sami?
I don't think Jeff Hardy's going to win, but I wouldn't be surprised.
You don't think Jeff Hardy's going to retain?
I don't know. He just looks like so tired out there. Like his performance is. I don't know. He didn't look good today. Like he missed all these marks that Shinsuke was coming at him with.
Yeah.
And it's I don't know. It just doesn't. He doesn't look as good as he used to on TV. I don't know. It's easy to sell his stuff, I guess, but
Yeah, I think he retains though. I think it's too soon for them to take it away from him.
Whatever.
But uh,
Whatever.
then we go for King Corbin versus
I don't
Matt
give two
Riddle.
craps about this match. I'm going to
Yeah,
get food during this match. I'm saying it right now. I do not like Corbin. I've never liked him, and I can't stand Matt Riddle. I'm
I'm
not.
just
I'm not dissing his cred of whatever he's good at. I'm not dissing his fighting styles or anything before. I just don't like the guy. Everybody knows I just don't like the guy.
yeah. He's saying if Big E beats Sheamus, he beats a former heavyweight champion.
But it doesn't matter. Nobody
Yeah.
cares. I love.
The
Just
only
gets me mad.
the only good thing about Corbin having to go with Riddle is that he's far away from Roman Reigns, and we don't have to deal with that again.
That's true. That's true. It's almost like they don't know what to do with them either.
Yep.
Yeah.
So then we have a tag team match: Rey and Dominic Mysterio versus Seth Rollins and Murphy. They kind of like showed their card in this one a little bit, I think, because they announced that Rey is going against Seth Rollins on Raw.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so I
I
think
don't know. You think Seth is gonna win?
Yeah, I think Seth and Murphy win.
Because did they who won last time? Was it Dominic?
Seth has been winning them all.
No, then I don't think he's gonna win against Rey.
But why would they have a match on Monday if Rey finally gets to win over Seth?
Because WWE plays out the same pay-per-views for a month. You get the same matches.
Yeah,
He needs a mask. The boy
he
needs
does.
a mask. Okay. He's like what's his face? Humberto Carrillo. Their faces, they're literally the little cousins that would cry to your mama when you don't want to play with them. Their faces are annoying. And
Yep.
you know what? I'm not saying the boy's not going to be talented in the future. I'm not saying that. He needs a mask. We already discussed this once. He could have
Yeah.
just given him a Mysterio mask and he could have been like, you got to carry on the legacy, mijo.
Yeah. My only problem with Dominic is that you could tell he's very green because in SummerSlam you could overhear Seth telling him what to do, and I don't know
Yeah.
why they gave them 20 minutes. I think they gave him a misservice by putting Dominic in a 20-minute match. It should have been a lot shorter, and it would have protected him a little bit. But now you're giving him 2 pay-per-view matches back to back in a week's time. It's kind of like. The good thing is it is a tag team match, so Rey will probably be in the ring a lot longer than Dominic.
Yeah, and it's he's been training. We know he's been trying his hardest. Evidently, he doesn't want to, tarnish the name he comes from. But he's only going to know how many things to do and have nothing left in his arsenal. So I don't know if we saw everything he can do already. Because he is still young. I'm not saying we would know already from his first match if he was amazing off the bat. You know what I mean? Unless he's pulling back. I mean, if he's pulling back, then hell, surprise me come Sunday. But I really think that we kind of really already saw the moveset he has right now. But he's gonna grow. He really is.
Yeah, I think he should have been on NXT. I think it would have protected him a little bit more.
It's good to have a daddy with a big name.
So then we have Randy Orton versus Keith Lee.
This is probably going to be a good match. Randy's last match was kind of boring. I just like the Edge feud he had. I don't know. I didn't really feel. Well, who did he go against?
He went against Drew. McIntyre.
Yeah, I didn't really feel that match.
Yeah, I don't
Drew's
think
really good, but I just didn't feel it.
I think this match is going to be a Drew McIntyre coming in and beating up Randy Orton. I don't think they're going to let Randy Orton take a pin from Keith Lee, and I don't think they're going to hurt Keith Lee by having him lose to Randy Orton cleanly, since he already lost by disqualification, but he already lost in his debut.
Yeah, and he lost his ring gear. He lost his song.
He said he's going to.
Is he going to lose his smile too? Like
he said he's going to take care of it. The song thing came out that it was beyond their control. CFO is charging a buttload of money for it, and WWE is not willing to pay for it. So they're going to work on a new song. They're supposed to debut a new song on Sunday. Hopefully, it'll be better than the rush job that they did on Monday. And he said the ring gear, he just trusts him, and it'll be better. So we'll see.
I don't want him to get buried or pushed in the back.
No.
I really don't. He doesn't deserve that, especially everything how it played out with Cross. It sucks.
Yeah.
And especially since he was 2 belts.
Yeah,
they wanted to be generous. I don't know. I would never do that. I'm sorry. Whatever. And then you just lose the belt. Like it sucked. Like And he didn't really get the send off you would think he would get. Like a lot of times, other NXT people get when they go, they go up to the other roster. It's not really main roster anymore, right? Not really supposed to be that.
Yeah, it's not technically, but
it's another brand.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I want more Keith Lee. I don't want him to do a disservice to him. I don't think he deserves that anytime soon.
Yeah. It's just anytime somebody that big, big in NXT makes it to the SmackDown Raw roster, everybody has that in the back of their mind. You hope he's not going to be the next Bobby Roode. You hope he's not going to be the next EC3. Like the list goes on. Finn Balor, Shinsuke, like Kevin Owens had a great run. I think Kevin Owens had one of the best runs from coming. Well, other than the Shield. And Big E had a good run as a tag team, but we'll see what they do with him in singles. But yeah, it's just that's the fear. We don't want the limitless Keith Lee to become limited.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good way to say it.
So then we move on to the United States Championship: Apollo Crews versus Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley's not too happy that Apollo Crews has been making the Hurt Business look a little bit weak. So I think Bobby Lashley actually takes the belt from him.
Yeah, I just think they need to do a little bit more with this. I feel like either it's not growing on me, or maybe they don't get enough time to talk about it. Like they did a little bit on Monday, but I feel like it was a disconnect. I don't know if maybe it's because the women are so overpowering as far as their storytelling is going on right now. I feel like I'm more invested in what they're doing, and like seeing the Sasha and Bayley, and seeing Asuka, and whatever is going to happen with the tag team. I'm even a little interested after today of seeing Alexa and what's her name, Nikki.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see is that going to play out? Is that really actually going to play out that she's kind of losing it? Or are we just going to get little bits and pieces and it's never going to really come to what it was? Kind of like they did with Liv. Like Liv became something else, and now she's back with the Riot Squad.
Yeah.
And we liked her in the Riot Squad. She could have just been her in the Riot Squad.
And then what they're doing to the Riot Squad.
Yeah. Yeah, Kenny. You know how I feel.
Yeah, I could see that happening. I don't think Apollo Crews takes a clean win over Lashley. Especially after what they did with Lashley and Underground. And that's the thing with Raw Underground. Like they made Dolph Ziggler look like such a badass and Underground, but then you put him in a regular ring and he
gets like four concussions.
Yeah.
He gets concussed out.
So I wonder if they're finally going to play it out where if you're a badass in Underground, you're going to be a badass in regular wrestling. But
for the record, nothing is badass about Underground. It's just that we're just trying to go with their ideal.
Maria.
Huh?
People get thrown out of the ring.
That dude died. Who was the guy that Bobby Lashley choked out? He just went like stiff. He like literally like rigor mortis like stiffed up instantly.
Yeah, Bobby Lashley committed murder on Raw Underground. That's how badass he is.
That's how badass the WWE is. It's not even on HBO or show.
Sheamus is just dancing and screaming, and people are dying.
Shane was like, good, yes, more.
Yeah. Who else is gonna go against them? They throw a guy in there against his will. Like, yeah, that's assault, man. He's not even. So I think we move on to the big storyline. Bayley and Sasha will defend their tag team champions against Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. It's finally happening. They're finally gonna break up Bayley and Sasha after so many years of teasing. We're finally going to see it, or are we?
I don't know. I don't see them putting a belt on Nia and Shayna like that, but is that the only way you give Shayna a belt? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's a weird dynamic. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I like Shayna Baszler. I'm a Shayna Baszler person. I don't like her with Nia. I haven't seen enough of Nia to say like, oh, she's changed or she's gotten better. I feel like she holds back Shayna. But at this point, it's like, I'm glad Shayna's getting an opportunity to do something again. But I mean, they can get until it's tit for tat again. That actually leads up to them still having the belt.
He's saying Raw Underground is a bad version of Oz.
That's horrible. It really is. That show was so whacked out. God,
oh, yeah.
Okay.
That
Man,
show,
I haven't thought about that show in a minute.
That show traumatized me. That's what kept me on the straight and narrow. I didn't want to go to jail.
You're like, no, I don't want to be in the underground.
But
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
the Nia Jax Shayna team up, it just feels like if they do get the tag team belts, they're just gonna be a transitional team because they don't even like each other.
No, that's why I feel like they could barely win, but I feel like there's something going to happen between Bayley and Sasha leading up to maybe another loss, even on just regular SmackDown or Raw or whatever they decide to be on. I don't know. I've seen them on both promotions.
Yeah.
You know, like,
well, women's tag team.
they can go both sides. Yeah. I always forget.
Which is what they should do with the men's tag team, because the men's tag team is way too weak. But I think if they combine them, we'll get better matches.
Yeah, true. So I don't know. This will be interesting to see how they play it out. Yeah, just Sasha giving Bayley that look.
Yeah.
So it's happening.
So then well, I don't know if you want to talk real quick about what's happening with Bayley and Sasha. Bayley literally called out Sasha for not being able to defend her singles belt once.
Yeah.
That's
like,
one thing.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's what she said. I'm sorry.
Sasha has been champion 5 times and has had 0 title defenses. She's, as soon as she wins them, the next match she loses her singles belt. Yeah, I think it's going to set up for Sasha to challenge Bayley for the SmackDown belt, and I think Bayley's run's going to come to an end, and Sasha's going to have a belt, and maybe they'll give her a decent run.
Or maybe Charlotte comes back.
Oh man.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's
Char if Joe's still watching.
Yeah, he said Raw Underground is a cheap version of the Fight Club.
Except that no one's supposed to know about it, so I don't even know why we're watching it.
Yeah, Sheamus is a very breaking every rule of the Fight Club. So yeah, it's going to be interesting when we see what ends up happening between Bayley and Sasha.
No. Yes, Char.
I wonder if Sasha has nightmares of Charlotte
coming in and just take your belt.
She's happy holding her belt, and all of a sudden, cue the music, and the Queen is back.
She's a damn good wrestler.
So we go into a triple threat, but it's not just a regular triple threat. It's a no holds barred triple threat. As in not a no disqualification triple threats like all the other ones. This one, oh wait. Yeah, I don't know why they added the no holds barred, because triple threats by tradition, they mean there are no disqualifications.
Yeah.
So we have Bray Wyatt, which will probably be the Fiend. If he doesn't come out as the Fiend, then he's losing the belt. Versus Braun Strowman and the new Heyman guy, Roman Reigns.
I don't know. I would like to say Roman takes it, but I don't know if Roman's sticking around, how long he is. You know what I mean? Like, it would be to come back in this capacity and not take it, so that they could build up a feud between him and the Fiend. But it just sucks that the Fiend loses it again. I don't know. Unless he helps the Fiend win. I don't know. I don't really know which way this can go. I just don't want Braun to win.
I think Roman's gonna win.
I mean, that's how I would look if he won.
Yeah, I think they put Roman in the title picture. I think he's gonna win. Unfortunately for Roman, by him winning means that he will get all the heat of defeating the Fiend, because that is the popular character right now in WWE. That's the one that everybody likes. And I think it's gonna, and maybe that's why they made him heel. Maybe he's ready to take on the heat and just absorb it all in. But I think Roman Reigns comes out champion. So
it just sucks, because I wanted him to get better on the mic, especially since he's been acting a little more. But then here you bring in Paul Heyman, which means he's not going to be talking as much. They're going to let Paul Heyman do all the talking. Ben, it doesn't suck that bad.
Roman does not suck.
He hasn't really gotten a full chance, full chance. Every time they land him, he lands and he explodes.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say Roman does not suck. I agree. It's just in the beginning they pushed him so much that fans hated him, and then when he finally started growing organically, then that whole thing happened with cancer, and then he comes back, and then we get the pandemic. So it just feels like, yeah, I think he deserves a decent title run.
Yeah, I just hope it works out this time a little bit, at least just for a couple of months. It doesn't have to be something. I don't think it's going to be like a Bayley size run. I don't think they'll do that with him.
No, I don't think so. But yeah. So that's our predictions for Payback. We probably got all of it wrong, and
I mean, one of us has to get it right. We're 50-50 on some of them.
yeah.
He did. He really did. I mean, like, he wasn't the strongest one out of the Shield. He wasn't. Not on the mic or personality, and he was trying to find his way, just like any really, wrestler would. But just as much as Nia gets a pass from so many people, I think Roman deserves more of a pass because he's trying to overcome not even just personal obstacles, but he's trying to get better. Like, he's noticeably have gotten better. His in-ring and some of his mic skills. I just want him to progress.
We're the clueless couple.
I mean, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. We'll be back after Payback. Tomorrow we have an AEW roundtable. I know Joe is a huge AEW fan, so he'll probably be here for it.
We're talking about the AEW Women's Division. We're talking about just the booking. We're talking about AEW Dark. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff. We have a great slate of people coming in from different views and perspectives. It's going to be treated like a real roundtable. We have limits and times, and everybody gets a chance to speak or rebuttal something. So it'll be interesting.
And we're hitting the hard topics. We are not going to allow the excuse of it being, oh, it's only been in for a year or the pandemic, because it's time to actually face the music, and we have to really constructively criticize, not just bash, but constructively criticize. And like you said, Maria, listen to different people's opinions and how they feel about it, and see how AEW has done and where we think it's going to go.
Yeah, and if you guys are going to be watching along with us, definitely please hit us up with a question or a comment. We'll read it after we're done with our point of views, and then we'll throw it in there to see what everybody else has to say about your point of view. So per topic, if you have a comment, feel free to post it just like you guys have been doing it so far. Thank you for everybody that's been watching us and commenting. Thank you. It is.
Put up or shut up time. Yeah.
Put up or shut up. I mean, we've been saying it. We got heat for saying it, but it's cool.
Yep. And then on Sunday we'll be back for the Payback review and find out how wrong we were. So we'll see you guys tomorrow at 7 Central.
Bye.